Okay, imagine this. It's 2010. You're launching a payment startup, basically from a small apartment.
Yeah.
Just a few lines of code.
Right. Humble beginnings.
Fast forward 14 years, and that same company, it's now processing over $1.4 trillion annually.
Wow.
It's become one of the most essential financial infrastructures on the entire planet. Seriously.
It really has. Hard to imagine the internet without it now.
And some people, they're actually calling him the Einstein of Fintech.
High praise.
So this deep dive is all about the man behind this, incredible story, Patrick Collison.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to dive deep into our sources today, really pull apart the articles, interviews, even some internal insights.
Yeah, get beyond just the numbers.
Exactly. Uncover the unique mindset, the kind of unconventional strategies of Patrick Collison, the co-founder of Stripe.
And his brother, John, of course.
Right. Absolutely. We'll look at how his upbringing way out in rural Ireland, his whole view of money as a system.
And that quiet determination.
Yeah, how all that shaped a company that literally powers millions of businesses. Tiny startups to, giants like Amazon and Salesforce.
It's quite the range.
It really is.
And for you listening in, our mission with this deep dive is basically to pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge from everything we've gathered.
The good stuff.
The good stuff. We're here to understand how Patrick Collison built this global force, not by shouting the loudest, but by meticulously focusing on what he seems to view as trust, as code, and infrastructure over hype.
That's a great way to put it.
So hopefully you'll walk away with some clear insights into long-term value creation, how quiet precision can reshape things. A different model, maybe.
Definitely a different model.
Yeah.
And what really sets Patrick's story apart starts way back. He wasn't born in Silicon Valley, nothing like that.
Right.
Born in a tiny village, Dromineer, in rural Ireland.
Yeah.
But get this. By 16, he'd already built his own programming language.
Chroma, yeah, I read about that.
And won Ireland's Young Scientist of the Year award. Then, by 21, sold his first company, Automatic.
For about $5 million, wasn't it?
Yeah, a cool $5 million. Then moved to the U.S. So this is not your typical Valley Kid story at all.
No, and that background is so important. It's fascinating.
It really is. That's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah, and what's truly remarkable, I think, is how that early environment, that focus on building systems.
Right, not just using them.
Exactly. It led him to see money totally differently, not as, cash or status.
Or just a path to wealth.
But as code for trust. That phrase is key.
It really is.
It's not just clever marketing. It feels like the actual foundation, the bedrock of Stripe's success. And as we unpack this, you'll find these sort of aha moments about how deeply understanding an underlying system
can unlock completely new ways to create value, even in fields that seem totally figured out.
Right, like payments back in 2010.
Okay, so let's dig into that first big idea.
Yeah.
The code of trust. Collison's view of money, it's genuinely unorthodox.
It really stems from that upbringing, doesn't it? Dromineer, Ireland.
Yeah, surrounded by books, ideas, not banks and financial districts.
A different kind of input.
Definitely. His inclination was always towards systems, towards logic. And when he and his brother John launched Stripe in 2010...
They saw something broken.
Exactly. They said online money movement was, quote, fundamentally broken.
And what was broken? What specifically were they tackling?
Well, think about trying to accept payments online back then. It was just cumbersome, really difficult for developers.
Oh, yeah. Clunky gateways, endless paperwork, hidden fees.
Right. Developers, the people actually building the internet, were spending weeks, literally weeks, just integrating these awful payment systems.
Which kills innovation, right?
Yeah.
Slows everything down.
Totally. So their first product, it was just 7 lines of code.
Still amazing to think about, just 7 lines.
But those 7 lines held this huge idea. Treat money like software.
Programmable, abstracted, scalable, elegant even.
Yes. Like any other piece of code. Making money, a feature you could just plug in, not this giant hurdle.
That's such a powerful reframing, viewing money as an interface for trust. And if you connect that to the bigger picture, Stripe isn't really just a payments company, is it?
No, it feels like more.
It's fundamentally a trust company. It enables frictionless transactions because people trust the interface.
Okay, explain that interface idea more.
Well, think about Stripe's API, its documentation. It's known for being incredibly clear, consistent, reliable.
The uptime, the security.
Exactly. Those aren't just features. They are like promises coded directly into the product. That builds trust, transaction by transaction.
Line by line, almost literally.
Yeah. And Patrick's quote, "I'm more interested in how money flows than how much you have." That says it all.
It points to a different goal.
Right. He's chasing velocity, fluidity, not just valuation or market share. He wants to remove the drag from the system.
So the insight is, build systems people trust, deeply trust.
Make them easy, reliable.
And the money, the business, it follows you. Because everyone wants that confidence.
Precisely. It flips the usual model.
Okay, that idea of money as a trust interface is huge. But building that globally, that needs a solid foundation.
Which brings us to the next big idea. Focusing on infra overhype.
Right. After he dropped out of MIT in 2009, sold Octomatic at just 19.
He had this moment of clarity.
Yeah, a really strategic one. He realized the, quote, real gold rush in tech isn't in chasing attention, but in building infrastructure.
Seeing the plumbing, not just the shiny taps.
Exactly. We asked a quieter question, but a much more powerful one. What's the infrastructure layer nobody's building?
And the answer was?
Easy, developer-friendly online payments. That led directly to Stripe, focusing intently on making life easier for developers.
Recognizing that the deepest value often lies in the unseen, the reliable pipes.
Yeah, the stuff that just works.
It sounds so logical building infrastructure first, but why don't more founders do it? What did he have to resist?
That's a great question. I mean, think about the temptation to build something flashy, something easily explained to investors or the press.
The surface level problems he mentioned.
Right. But Stripe's key early decision was building for developers first. Not the banks, not even the merchants initially, the engineers.
Build something developers love, and they'll bring it into their companies.
Exactly. That loyalty became incredibly sticky. And look now, Amazon, Shopify, Airbnb, Salesforce, millions more rely on Stripe's rails.
And not just for basic payments anymore, right?
Yeah.
Fraud management, card issuing.
Yeah, letting businesses create their own cards, even AI billing now, automating complex subscriptions.
The platform just kept expanding on that solid foundation.
And the valuation growth tells the story. $9.2 billion in 2016.
To $91.5 billion by early 2025. That's staggering.
And it wasn't driven by hype cycles, was it?
No, it feels like what you could call compound execution. Explain that. Just relentlessly optimizing that core developer experience year after year, patiently building the platform, making other businesses better rather than chasing trends.
It goes back to his philosophy. Startups often chase surface-level problems, but the deepest value lies in what people don't see.
He really stuck to that.
So how does this deep philosophy show up in his, personal style, his leadership?
Okay, so that's precision in the quiet.
Right. He doesn't seek the spotlight. You don't see him grandstanding.
No personal branding machine there.
Not at all. Colleagues say he replies to emails faster than almost anyone at his level.
And apparently with really thoughtful, nuanced replies, not just quick yes or no's.
Exactly. Someone described his inbox as running like an API.
Like an API, how so?
Structured, responsive, efficient, like the software interfaces developers use. It's not just about speed, it's about systematic communication.
That fits the pattern. Consistent, reliable.
And here's another fascinating bit. He describes good code as empathy made executable.
Empathy made executable.
He obsesses over API details. Not just does it work, but how does it feel for the user?
The emotional clarity, the sense of calm you mentioned?
Yes. He wanted developers reading Stripe's docs to feel calm, confident, to know exactly what to do. That's empathy in design.
And it's compelling how these super precise habits connect directly to Stripe's success and even its internal culture.
How so, internally?
Well, that micro-attention to the user experience, the developer experience, it made Stripe legendary among engineers. That's your core adoption engine right there.
Built on love, almost.
Almost. And internally, Stripe famously values long-form writing over endless meetings.
The memo culture.
Exactly. Proposals are clear, narrative memos. That comes straight from Collison's belief that writing forces clear thinking, talking can be fuzzy.
Writing makes you structure your argument.
Precisely. Plus, there's this idea of his panoramic brain. He reads incredibly widely science, philosophy, history.
Connecting diverse fields.
Yeah, like drawing parallels between Roman engineering and software architecture, apparently. It reinforces that, quote, Patrick is allergic to shallow work. If he can't go deep, he doesn't go at all.
That's not just a productivity hack, is it?
No, it feels like a whole worldview. Deeper thinking leads to better decisions, especially at massive scale.
Okay, speaking of deep thinking, let's talk about long roads only. His ability to say no to short-term noise seems incredible.
He literally said, If you want to do something truly meaningful, you can't be surrounded by short-term noise.
And that noise could be anything, right? Fleeting tech trends, competitor moves.
Even pressure for a quick IPO sometimes.
And his personal life seems to reflect this too. Simple, not lavish.
Right. And his involvement with things like the Arc Institute.
The nonprofit for long-term biology and medicine breakthroughs.
Yeah, that's like a 100-year vision, not a quick win. Or co-launching fast grants during COVID.
Getting funding out in 48 hours for research.
These weren't PR stunts. They showed a genuine interest in long-term impact over getting immediate credit. Solving big, hard problems.
That focus on the long road is admirable, definitely. But didn't it mean sometimes missing out? Maybe losing some market share short-term if competitors move faster.
That's the trade-off, isn't it? But the key takeaway is how this philosophy shows up in Stripe's business decisions.
Like what?
They're known for deliberately turning down opportunities, even big ones, if they generated quick cash but compromised the product's elegance.
Or that developer-first commitment.
Or long-term trust. He apparently reminds the team, we're not in a race to be first. We're in a race to be right for the next 30 years.
30 years? That's a long horizon in tech.
It really is. And that thinking is why they stuck to their guns, kept that disciplined developer-first approach, even when fintech trends were shifting all over the place.
Let others sprint, build the marathon runner.
Exactly. So maybe they weren't always first to market in every single niche.
But they became the last one people switched from.
That says it all about quality and trust, doesn't it?
It really does. Okay, now let's shift to quiet power. This idea of influence without the spotlight.
It's fascinating. He never chased fame, never built that huge personal brand, no massive social media presence.
Right. Yet, April 2025, Meta, Facebook's parent company, appoints him to its board of directors.
One of the most powerful tech companies on Earth.
And it wasn't like a promotion within the usual circles. It felt like a signal.
A signal that Meta wanted someone who truly understood infrastructure, global regulation, innovation.
And critically, trust. At a foundational level.
He didn't lobby for it. He was invited because his work, his company, made his perspective indispensable.
It really proves that, quote, the deepest power is often invisible.
And what's fascinating is how that quiet, system-focused approach links directly to Stripe's massive global reach.
Processing payments in over 200 countries.
Supporting 135-plus currencies, working with the biggest companies.
That scale is immense.
And it wasn't built by avoiding the complexity of regulation, but by embracing it, mastering it, country by country.
Building the system to handle the system.
Exactly. He leads through systems, not speeches. That internal culture of written authority we talked about.
Where decisions start with clear documents, outlining the why and how.
That scales trust through the organization. It's not about top-down control. It's about shared understanding built on clarity.
So it raises this big question for all of us, really.
Can you become one of the most influential forces in global finance by sort of doing less publicly, speaking less, focusing more deeply?
His journey seems to suggest. Yeah, you can.
It's a compelling case study.
Okay, but it was all smooth sailing. Let's talk about strategic retreats.
Right, 2022, the big tech downturn hit everyone hard.
Stripe faced real challenges. Growth slowed, the market pulled back.
And they made that really tough call, cutting 14% of the workforce. About 1,100 people.
A gut-wrenching move, as they put it.
Yeah.
Critics definitely started questioning Stripe's future then.
Understandably. It was a shock for a company that seemed unstoppable.
The Patrick's response was interesting. Immediate and very accountable.
He took full responsibility, didn't he? Admitted, we overhired for the world we're in.
No blaming the market or external factors, just, we got this wrong.
Yeah, and that accountability is key to what happened next. It's a perfect example of what we might call a controlled retreat strategic expansion strategy.
Okay, break that down.
Instead of panicking or flailing, Collison acted decisively. Trimmed operational bloat, yes, but also recentered the product roadmap.
Didn't just cut, but refocused.
Exactly. Doubled down on those crucial long-term bets. AI billing, tools for larger enterprises, cross-border compliance, things that provide fundamental value regardless of market swings.
Playing the long game again, even in a crisis.
And the result? A remarkable rebound. That $1.4 trillion in payment volume in 2024, a 38% increase.
And the $91.5 billion valuation early 2025.
It wasn't luck. It was that disciplined philosophy in action. Grow slowly, cut quickly, and never let momentum replace mission.
And he framed it perfectly. Sometimes you have to shrink to grow again. That's not failure. It's calibration.
Calibration, that's a great word for it. That willingness to pull back, make tough, honest calls. It allowed Stripe to thrive when others were collapsing.
Proving agility isn't just about speed, it's also about knowing when to pause and readjust.
Strategic pausing. That's
Okay, wow. Let's try and wrap this up, unpack it one last time.
Yeah.
Patrick Collison.
He didn't just build a payment company.
No, it feels much bigger than that.
He essentially rewrote an operating system for the internet, for commerce, maybe even for how we think about money itself.
By abstracting away all that financial complexity, he enabled countless online businesses to just happen. Yeah. A whole ecosystem bloomed because the barrier was lowered.
And he chased trust, not fame, built infrastructure, not personal branding.
His quiet, almost invisible presence made him completely indispensable.
Yeah, what's truly fascinating here is how he proves that quiet systems built with real integrity and that decades-long timeline.
They really can change the world, line by line.
He built global influence by not chasing headlines, designed infrastructure instead of seeking attention, thought in decades.
And won against those sprinting for quarterly results. It's a powerful testament to deep work.
Absolutely.
So this raises a really important question for you listening in. In the world that's often just obsessed with charisma, loud vision, breakneck speed.
What do you think truly builds real, lasting power? Is it the constant visibility?
Or is it that quiet, meticulous precision? Something to think about.
And maybe take it a step further. If you were to build your own Stripe, maybe not a company, but a system the world depends on.
What would that look like for you? How would you approach building it with that enduring trust, that quiet power?
Would you choose the long road even when everyone else seems to be sprinting? We invite you to consider that, maybe go deeper on your own.
Definitely food for thought. If you found value in this deep dive into Patrick Collison's story and his mindset, perhaps someone else you know will too.
We hope this has given you a bit of a shortcut to being well-informed and maybe even inspired.